good afternoon. Welcome to our Camnet Midday News. My name is Amazing Katamanda. Let's take a look at the stories that are making the headlines. Zambia is more divided after the August 12 election, charges Bishop. Embattled KABUSHI member parliament, BOWMAN LUSAMBO, given back his property.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the
She has so much data.
Mom,
Yes, baby.
it says here global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow.
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
Thank you for staying with us, and now the news in detail. The Chikondi Trust Foundation says Zambia's unity has been declining since the 12 August 2021 general elections, as witnessed by the increase in the hate speech among political officials. Addressing the media on the state of the nation from the church point of view, Thursday, Foundation President John MAMBO notes that this is, however, detrimental to the country's development, as it is diverting attention from the real issues.
The United Party for National Development UPND administration, just like after any change of government, is under heavy scrutiny on how it is performing. The Chikondi Trust Foundation, however, says it has noted undue criticism on the new administration, which has led to a breakdown in national unity. Addressing the media Thursday, Foundation President Bishop John MAMBO says the country has digressed from its universal goal of national development, as some political players have been attacking the UPND administration with unwarranted hate speech on various media platforms.
We are Africans before anything. Biblically, it's very clear that you need to respect your parents. But what we have seen now, I think I started opening my mouth during Kaunda's days towards that, after he took me free education all the way. But once I started walking with shoes, I could tell where things was not right. But never have we ever insulted Kaunda, later on the president after him. But of late, it's a direct insult, not just to those in authority. It has become a norm. It's part of our language, insulting and all that. Why don't you advance or we advance our arguments based on loving and all that?
Meanwhile, speaking at the same event, Foundation Ambassador George Zulu says it is shocking that despite calls for the fight against corruption to move beyond lip service, the UPND administration has come under heavy attack for various arrests made through the country's investigative wings.
It is our belief that those who served and continue to serve in public office should not underplay citizens' resolve to fight corruption by reducing it to an ethnic prosecution exercise. Reducing the fight against corruption to ethnic persecution is not only unfortunate, but won't buy anyone freedom. It won't buy anyone freedom or immunity from prosecution.
Chikondi Trust Foundation trustee Bishop Joseph Kajila has also added his voice.
And let's give support. I said, let us give development a chance. If we cannot develop, at least in these 3 years, then we are doomed. Look, Zambia is almost 60 years. If it was a person who would say this is a senior citizen. But we are still, kept at a level where you can't show anything.
The foundation has urged the UPND administration to remember their promises, including the upholding of the country's morals against gay rights. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Lusaka Magistrate Albert Mwaba has ordered the embattled KABUSHI Member Parliament, BOWMAN LUSAMBO, be given back his property that the AntiCorruption Commission seized recently. According to the order, a warrant seizure does not serve the purpose for which it was intended, and if it did, it could still not be in order to have both warrant of seizure and restriction notice on the same properties in force at the same time.
Embattled KABUSHI Member of Parliament BOWMAN LUSAMBO says what differentiates his house in Chamba Valley that was recently seized by the Anti-Corruption Commission is the roof, while comparing other houses in the area as chicken runs. Mr. LUSAMBO was speaking after the court ordered that his house be given back to him while setting aside the warrant of seizure used by the Anti-Corruption Commission to grab his property.
We have seen people saying, no, it is okay, we need our money back. That property, how can the dad get the money to put up this type of the house? No, because this is just a simple property. The thing which differentiates this house from other chicken lands in New Kasama, it's because of the pillars which I've put to this house. Okay. I brought in our colleague, a Zambian colleague, by the name of Jerry. Jerry came, because this is just a simple house, and he came, he redesigned the outside of this house. So the people have been coming here. They thought this house, maybe it is the house which has consumed so.
Lusaka Magistrate Albert Mwaba Thursday morning, the 19th of May 2022, made this order following an application that was made by Mr. LUSAMBO through his counsel to set aside the same. According to the court order, the warrant of seizure was irregularly issued, as an affidavit in support was not filed in court as required by the law. The property that was seized by the Commission was among the other properties subjected of an inquiry in a case Mr. LUSAMBO is jointly charged with his wife with allegations of being in possession of property suspected of being proceeds of crime, among other things. Meanwhile, Mr. LUSAMBO says he will increase security as he does not know what the Anti-Corruption Commission is planning on him.
The house belongs to my family, and this is the only property which we have as a family. So moving away from this property, it was something very bad to us. Our daughters have been pursuing us. We want to go back home. We want to go and see our zebras. We want to go and see our impra. We want to go and see our animals. And we told them we have just come here for vacation, because I've been moving from one place to another, putting into consideration my security, because I don't know what these guys they are planning. Because for people to come and evict you from your family house, that is very serious. That is very serious. So anything can happen. So we have been in a street. We have been moving from one street to another.
Miriam Kaimba reporting for Camnet TV News.
The Constitutional Court has stayed criminal proceedings that the former Konkola Copper Mines Provisional Liquidator Milingolungu is currently facing before the Lusaka Magistrate Court. According to a ruling, the Constitutional Court states that the proceedings against Milingolungu will be stayed in the lower court until the determination of the case before it.
It seemed like a sign of relief for former Konkola Copper Mines Provisional Liquidator Milingolungu, following a decision by the Constitutional Court Thursday morning, the 19th of May 2022, to stay criminal proceedings that is currently facing before the Lusaka's Magistrate Court. Mr. Lungu, who in this case has sued government, the Drug Enforcement Commission and another, seeking an order that his purported arrest is an abuse of criminal proceedings because he was granted immunity. He, however, has to wait for the Constitutional Court to look at the issues he raised before a final judgment can be delivered. In its ruling this morning, the court states that it will be prejudicial to Mr. Lungu if the criminal proceedings before the Magistrate Court continue to be heard before the Constitutional Court determines on the constitutional issues that he raised in his petition. The court has also ruled that no one should take action in the criminal proceedings that Mr. Lungu is facing in the lower court until it determines the petition on the constitutional issues. According to his petition before the Constitutional Court, Mr. Lungu wants the court to grant him an order of prohibition directed at the Attorney General, Boyd Munalula, a senior investigative officer at the Anti-Money Laundering Unit of the Drug Enforcement Commission, and Administrator General, restricting them from investigating, arresting and prosecuting him in respect of his performance as provisional liquidator of KCM. He also wants the court to quash the DEC decision to charge and arrest him on April 7, 2022 for possession of property reasonably suspected of being proceeds of crime. In his earlier argument before court, Mr. Lungu had stated that the bargain was made in the public and state interest to secure a critical national asset from ruin and loss, as no payment would be honored by the banks on account that the official receiver who had purported to take over the running of KCM had no legal mandate to manage and administer KCM. Mr. Lungu had also stated that the same was also done to enable him provide critical information to the auditors without running the risk of self-incrimination, and also to reconcile the statement of account between KCM and him made on the understanding that the matter was a civil and not a criminal nature. We wait to see the final judgment by the Constitutional Court. Miriam Kaimba, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Itezi Member of Parliament Mutinta Twambo has bombed the situation at the Itezi Hospital, stating that patients are being sent to Lusaka as the hospital's X-ray machine has broken down for 3 months now. The MP who conducted an inspection at the hospital Thursday morning explains that this has disadvantaged the delivery and the cost of care, as well as delaying treatment.
Indeed, I want to confirm that Itezi Hospital for the past 3 months plus, it has been running without a X-ray scan machine. I think it's not the correct thing, and from the investigations that I've done with the medical team, they are indicating that the machine that is at the hospital was bought 18 years ago, and in the past years they've tried to make efforts to engage government to procure a new machine, and all the efforts have not succeeded. Basically, I think the situation at the hospital is bad, and it's creating a huge cost on the part of the people, because the people, they walk long distances to the hospital. Upon arrival at the hospital, they are also referred to Lusaka just for a simple scan. Additionally, I think it's a compromise on the quality provision of health services, because the hospital at the moment, it cannot take steps on patients whom they don't do a thorough scan. So to me, it's a serious compromise on the quality provision of health services. I want to confirm that engagements have started with the provincial office and also the director and also the PS technical to see to it that the situation is normalized, and the people, they get the much desired health services that they deserve.
That item brings us to the end of our Camnet news, but before we go, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Zambia is more divided after the August 12 election charges Bishop John MAMBO. Embattled KABUSHI Member of Parliament, BOWMAN LUSAMBO, given back his property. Those are the stories that we had for you. Thank you for joining us. My name is Amazing Katamanda. Stay blessed.